working on our quads. We're going to be doing this by going through a lot of really common poses like warrior 1 and 2, and we're really going to focus on our form and placement during those. Hello, today we have today I have a fun yoga flow designed to help stretch out those hamstrings and work on your quads through using many common poses like warrior 1 and warrior 2 and crescent lunge, and all of these we're going to be really focused on our foot and hand placement and having correct form. So we can just get started standing anywhere on your mat, feet shoulder width apart, and you can let your eyes close, and as important as ever, just connect to the breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. You don't need to consciously change anything, but by just drawing your attention to your breath, it normally slows down and you take a second to really become more aware. And the really important thing about yoga and any other mindful practice is that when you do it and repeat it every single day, it has way more benefits than if you do it inconsistently or once. So I'm going to be trying to post these every single day. So still focusing on the breath, relaxing the mind, preparing the mind. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands, Anjali Mudra, through hands at heart center. Drop them, release. Inhale, up. Hands together through heart center. And exhale. You can bend your knees and sweep up. Exhale. One more of these. Inhale, up. Palms together. And exhale. Now on our next inhale, we're sweeping our arms up. And now we're going to hinge at the hips, down into forward fold. Here you should immediately be feeling the stretch through your hamstrings. You can have a generous bend in your knees. Your hands can reach to the calves, to the feet, to the ground, or to the elbows, swaying side to side, whatever is comfortable. Continuing to breathe, release tension in the neck by shaking the head yes and no. Deepening the stretch with every exhale. Now on your next inhale, sweep the hands up the calves, flatten out the back, and then exhale, release back down into a forward fold. Inhale, arms up, back to standing position. Exhale, hands at heart center. All right, now that the body's a little bit warmed up, step to the front of your mat. We're gonna go through that one more time. On your next inhale, bring arms up above head. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down to the mat, release. On your next inhale, sweep your hands up, flat back. Exhale, release back down. We're gonna plant the palms on the mat. We're gonna step our feet back into a plank position. All right? Now in plank, you wanna make sure your hands are directly under your shoulders and toes beneath the ankles. Strong upper body, and imagine pushing out of the mat and your shoulder blades pushing away from each other. Now from here, we're gonna lift the right leg, tuck it in, and step it in between the hands. All right, and make sure that you're on your toes on your back foot here. We're gonna drop the left knee, flatten out the left side. You can always put a pillow underneath this knee if it's bothering you. Now from here, we're gonna take the weight out of our hands and engage the core and lift up into low lunge. Focus on the midline of your body. So pushing in with the right, in with the left, staying balanced. You can inhale your hands up above head. Make sure you're also keeping your head over your heart, over your pelvis, and not sinking into the joint or damaging any of your muscles. So on your next exhale, we're gonna go into cactus arms, where you bring your arms back into a kind of like goalpost like this, and inhale, straighten again. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale again. Now you can obtain the shape by just bringing your arms down, but it's more effective if you flex all of your muscles while bringing them back. Exhale. Imagine pushing a pencil between your shoulder blades on your back when you bring your arms down. Inhale up. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Now release. Put your hands framing the right foot. Tuck the back toes and straighten back up into low lunge. Now from here, we're going to move back into plank, remembering to keep our hands placed right below our shoulders, and we're going to walk the feet up to meet the hands. And you can get a good hamstring stretch as you walk closer and closer right here. And then back into a forward fold. Take some breaths here. From here, we're going to step the feet right back out into plank. All right, hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, lift the left leg now, bring it into the chest, and have the hands framing the left foot here. You can drop the right knee, and another way to get pressure out of the knee is to push against with the top of your foot, and lift up into low left lunge. On your next exhale, move into cactus arms. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Now release back down to the mat, framing the left foot, lift the back knee, and step back into a plank position again. Now from here, we're gonna walk the feet into the hands again, stretching through the backs of the legs into a forward fold. Then you're gonna inhale for a halfway lift, and exhale back down to the mat. And inhale up, back into standing. Connect the hands and put your hands at heart center. Now take a few breaths here. Think about all the work that you've done and how it feels in your body. If anything feels different from when you started the yoga practice today to now. Think about things that were very difficult or things that you found fun or enjoyable. Let me know. And now we're gonna go back through the same range of motions, but this time we're gonna have a little bit more strength combined with those movements. All right, so actually from here, we're gonna stand at the back of our mat. And we're gonna inhale our hands up overhead, and then exhale, forward fold again. Now your hands, again, could be here, 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 whatever's comfortable, so you feel the stretch in the back of your hamstrings and a release in your spine, just kind of letting your upper body dangle and let your body weight pull you down. But now I'm going to challenge you to get your hands to the floor, which you could bend your knees as much as you have to, but once you plant your hands, you're going to walk them forward, out into a plank. And this is going to require some core work. All right. And once you're in your plank, lift the right leg and tuck it in between the hands just like before. Except this time, instead of dropping the back leg, keep the leg engaged and lift up to a crescent lunge. As I said before, connect to the midline, bringing the right leg in and the left leg in, connecting to your center and focusing on your balance. Taking a few breaths, making sure if you have to bend this back knee to keep your hips underneath your heart, underneath your head, try and stay upright and keep the shoulders away from the ears. Your hips should also not be turned. They should be square with the front of your mat. All right. And now making sure you have correct form, we're going to open to the right side into a spinal twist. The base of your body should stay the same, only your upper body is twisting. Stay here for a few more breaths. And exhale, release. Now from here, we're going to move the back foot up a little bit, just so much so that you can plant your heel. With hands overhead, this is warrior one. You should feel a stretching in the back of your calf, and you should start to feel a burning in your quad from standing like this. Push through, and then we're gonna open our arms up and pivot so our back foot is parallel with the mat into warrior two. The heel of your front foot should be in line with your back, the arch of your back foot. Your knees should be over your ankle, and your arms are parallel with the ground, looking over the front middle finger. Ground into this pose with the next few breaths. And on your next inhale, flip the hands. Inhale, press the knee up. And exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, push. Inhale, up. Exhale, making sure not to let the knee pass over the toes. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. All right, so from here, we're gonna bring our hands up overhead, facing the front of the mat, pivoting on the back leg, back into our crescent lunge on the toes, and releasing down to the ground. Now from here, we can step the foot back into plank pose, drop the knees, widen the knees as far as the mat, and sit back into child's pose. The chest should be resting between the knees, the hands out as far as they can go, and breathing into this stretch. This is more of a resting pose, and if at any time the work that we're doing is a bit much, you can always take a few breaths in here and join back in whenever you're ready. All right, so make your way back onto your hands and knees. And from here, we're gonna extend the feet back out into plank again. This time lifting the left, bringing it in between the hands. Again, keeping the right leg lifted, left leg grounded. We're gonna go up into crescent lunge. Keeping head over, heart over pelvis here. Take a few more breaths. arm, we're gonna open up to the left side, twisting the spine, only moving the upper body here. Now this challenges your balance too, which balance always comes from the core, so make sure that you're keeping your core engaged here. And exhale, release. And from here, we're gonna move into warrior one by planting the back heel and keeping our front knee over our front ankle. Warrior one. Now from here, we're gonna open our arms, keep our back foot parallel with the back of the mat into warrior two. Your gaze is over your front fingertips, knee over ankle, and heel in line with your back foot's arc. Now keeping the feet planted, on your next inhale, flip the palms and push up, and exhale, down. Inhale, up, exhale, push down. Inhale, up, exhale. And as I said before, it's easy to move your arms in this direction, but you get a lot more out of the poses if you're engaging every part of your body, all of your muscles, while you push up and press down. So, now from here, you can lift the back toes, move back into crescent lunge, and release down to the ground. Bringing the left foot back into plank. From here, we can walk the feet back into the hands, stretching out the hamstrings on the way, and exhale, fold down. Swinging and stretching out the hamstrings, or pulling on your feet to stretch out the hamstrings, whatever feels good. On your next inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, release back down. You can hang out in forward fold for however long feels nice, or stand right back up, take a couple deep breaths, and that's all I have for you today. So thank you for doing this. My phone died at the end of the video, but what I wanted to say was thank you for doing yoga with me today, but most importantly, thank yourself for showing up. I think the most important part of yoga is the journey, so it's very important to repeat it every single day, finding time to put it in your daily routine. So with that, just a big thank you, and namaste.